Ever felt like money is a mythical beast, a force both powerful and elusive, dictating our lives in ways we barely comprehend? We chase it, save it, worry about losing it, yet rarely pause to consider its astonishing origins. Forget the ATMs and credit cards for a moment. Imagine a world where value wasn't measured in dollars, but in something far more fundamental, something even sacred. Could the very concept of currency be rooted in ancient myths and societal beliefs? Long before coins clinked in pockets or banks tallied accounts, our ancestors grappled with the very essence of trade and worth. They weren't just exchanging goods. They were building civilizations, crafting stories, and shaping the very fabric of our economic reality. Prepare to journey beyond the surface of modern finance. We're about to unearth a hidden history, a narrative intertwined with ritual, belief, and the earliest forms of social organization. Discover how ancient societies, from sun-drenched Mesopotamia to the mystical Nile Valley, conceived and implemented the first systems of exchange. It's a quest to reveal not just the practical beginnings of money, but its surprisingly spiritual and symbolic foundations. Uncover the secrets behind commodity currencies, the fascinating role of precious objects, and the ingenious solutions our forebears devised to solve the age-old problem of value. By understanding these forgotten origins, you'll gain a profound new perspective on the money that shapes your world today. Get ready to rewrite your understanding of wealth, trade, and the enduring power of human innovation. Imagine trying to build a thriving civilization solely on favors and direct swaps. It sounds idyllic, but the reality of ancient barter systems was anything but efficient. For early societies, the clunky nature of "I'll trade you my axe for your harvest" if you need an axe right now posed a significant roadblock. This system, requiring a double coincidence of wants, severely hampered growth and complex interactions. How could sprawling empires manage intricate trade routes or vast public projects with such a limiting system? This was the economic puzzle our ancestors desperately needed to solve. The crucial need wasn't just about simplifying transactions. It was about establishing a shared understanding of value in a world increasingly complex. Imagine the challenge of pricing a chariot wheel against a skilled craftsman's labor, or a year's worth of pottery against fertile land. Without a common denominator, trade remained localized and limited. This lack of a universal measure of value prevented societies from reaching their full economic and organizational potential. Think of it as trying to build a magnificent temple without standardized units of measurement. Chaos would ensue. To overcome this economic bottleneck, ancient cultures embarked on a quest for something more, a universally accepted medium of exchange. This search wasn't merely practical. It was deeply intertwined with their cultural values and belief systems. What objects held intrinsic worth? What could represent communal wealth and facilitate transactions smoothly? The answer, as we will explore, wasn't just about practicality, but often imbued with symbolic and even mythological significance. Get ready to see how the very foundations of our financial world were laid, brick by brick, solving these fundamental problems of ancient economic life. We'll uncover the ingenious, and sometimes surprising, solutions that paved the way for the money in your pocket today. Consider how visual aids showcasing barter scenarios in early commodity exchanges like grain or livestock could vividly illustrate these points. Ancient money mysteries unlocked, revealing incredible insights. Eager for even deeper dives into historical finance and forgotten economic wisdom? Subscribe now and become part of our community exploring the ancient world of currency. Share your thoughts, questions, and discoveries below. Your voice fuels our journey into the past. Let's learn and explore together. Join the conversation now. To overcome the limitations of simple barter, ancient societies took crucial first steps towards currency. Imagine the ancient Mesopotamian farmer. Instead of directly bartering wheat for tools, a cumbersome process, they began using barley as a go-between. Barley, a staple crop, was universally valued. Need tools? Trade barley. Want pottery? Barley works. This commodity money simplified exchange because everyone desired and understood the value of barley. Consider ancient Egypt. Grain, specifically wheat and barley, formed the backbone of their economy. Tax collection, wages, and even large-scale transactions were frequently conducted using grain. Think of it as ancient Venmo, but with sacks of wheat instead of digital transfers. This system worked because grain was essential for survival, easily divisible and relatively storable. Its practical value made it an ideal early form of currency, cutting through the complexities of barter. Beyond agricultural societies, other commodities rose to prominence. Salt, vital for preserving food and a flavor enhancer, became incredibly valuable, especially inland. Imagine salt bars as ancient debit cards used to purchase goods and services. Similarly, in coastal regions, seashells like cowries became widespread currency. These weren't just pretty trinkets. They were durable, portable, and often controlled in supply, making them reliable mediums of exchange across vast trade networks. The discovery and use of metals like copper, bronze, and eventually silver and gold represented another leap forward. Metals offered durability, portability, and intrinsic value. Imagine trading with copper rings, each with a recognized weight and purity. This moved societies closer to standardized currency, as the value became less about the immediate use of the commodity and more about its inherent material worth, paving the way for true coinage and more abstract forms of money. Why should ancient money matter today? Because we are living through a monetary revolution. Just as ancient societies grappled with the limitations of barter and sought new systems of exchange, we are now questioning the very nature of money in the digital age. Cryptocurrencies, NFTs, decentralized finance. These aren't just tech buzzwords. They are attempts to reinvent currency for a new era, echoing the foundational shifts of millennia ago. The core problem ancient societies faced, establishing trust and universally accepted value, is precisely what we wrestle with in the digital currency space. Skeptics question the real value of Bitcoin, mirroring ancient debates about the value of cowrie shells versus barley. Understanding why societies adopted commodity money coinage and early banking systems provides crucial context for evaluating the promises and pitfalls of today's financial innovations. Are cryptocurrencies a genuine evolution or a risky detour? History offers vital clues. The urgency lies in the speed of this financial transformation. Decisions about regulation, adoption, and the future of finance are being made now. Ignoring the lessons of history leaves us vulnerable to repeating past mistakes or missing crucial opportunities. By understanding the fundamental principles that drove the invention of currency, the need for efficient exchange, trust, and a shared store of value, we can approach the current digital money revolution with informed perspective, rather than blind faith or fear. The echoes of ancient monetary dilemmas are resonating powerfully in our modern financial landscape, making this historical understanding not just interesting, but absolutely essential right now. Let's delve into the foundational elements of ancient money. Forget modern banks for a moment and imagine wealth measured in livestock. Cattle as currency might seem primitive, but it was a crucial step. Why cattle? They were valuable, could reproduce, increasing wealth. Think of cattle as early commodity money, currency based on a valuable, tangible good. Beyond livestock, consider grain. Imagine paying taxes in bushels of wheat. In Mesopotamia and Egypt, grain wasn't just food. It was a store of value, a medium of exchange. Temples often acted as central grain banks. Is it so different from gold reserves today, just in a different form? Then there's salt, worth your salt. The phrase endures. Salt's preservative power made it incredibly valuable, especially inland. Salt bars function as currency in many cultures. Seashells, specifically cowries, also played a significant role. These weren't just pretty objects. They were durable, portable, and often came from distant lands, adding to their perceived value and even exotic allure. Imagine a global currency based on seashells. Finally, metals. Copper, bronze, silver, gold, their durability, divisibility, and inherent value made them ideal for money. Early forms included metal rings or ingots, valued by weight. This progression from tangible commodities to metals paved the way for the next major innovation: coinage, which standardized and formalized money in a revolutionary way. Can you see how each step built upon the previous one, addressing limitations and pushing towards more efficient exchange? Let's consider the practicalities of early commodity money. Imagine an Egyptian farmer needing to pay taxes in grain. This system worked because vast state-run granaries efficiently collected and stored grain, ensuring its value and usability. The challenge? Grain can spoil, be infested by pests, or harvest could fail. Managing these risks was crucial for maintaining the grain-based economy. Effective storage solutions and stable governance became as important as the harvest itself. Think about cowrie shells as currency in extensive trade networks. Their lightweight nature made them ideal for long-distance trade across land and sea routes, facilitating exchanges across diverse cultures. However, the challenge was maintaining a stable value. If too many cowrie shells flooded a market, their value could plummet, causing economic instability. Controlling the supply and distribution of cowries was essential to their sustained use as currency. Even with metals, challenges arose. Early metal currencies, like rings or ingots, still needed to be weighed and tested for purity in each transaction, which was time-consuming and open to fraud. Imagine a bustling marketplace where every exchange involved scales and assaying tools. This inefficiency spurred the need for standardization and guaranteed value, ultimately leading to the revolutionary invention of coinage, with its stamped guarantee of weight and purity by a governing authority, solving a major practical hurdle in using metals as money. Consider Mesopotamia, often called the cradle of civilization. Beyond just using barley or silver by weight, Mesopotamian societies developed sophisticated accounting systems, evidenced by thousands of clay tablets. These weren't just simple inventories. They documented loans, debts, and even interest rates on grain and silver. Temples acted as early banks, managing vast stores of wealth and facilitating credit. This advanced system wasn't just about physical currency. It was about managing abstract value and future obligations, a leap towards modern finance. Then, consider the pivotal example of Lydia and the invention of coinage around the 7th century BC. King Aliat standardized electrum coins, stamped with the Lydian lion, weren't just prettier metal pieces. They were a guaranteed weight and purity, backed by the authority of the state. This innovation dramatically reduced transaction costs. No more weighing and assaying metal in every trade. Coinage fostered trust, facilitated trade on an unprecedented scale, and arguably fueled the economic and political rise of Lydia and, subsequently, Greece and the Mediterranean world. This wasn't just a new tool. It was a catalyst for economic transformation, a true climax in the evolution of money. Archaeological discoveries across Mesopotamia, with hundreds of thousands of cuneiform tablets unearthed, offer concrete evidence of their advanced financial record-keeping. Economic historian Michael Hudson, in his analysis of Mesopotamian debt cancellations, highlights the sophisticated understanding of debt cycles and economic stability present in these early societies. These weren't just rudimentary tallies. They were complex ledgers tracking loans, interest, and commodity prices, demonstrating a developed system of economic thought. The impact of Lydian coinage is corroborated by numismatic evidence and historical accounts. Professor William Getzmann in Money and Civilization argues that the adoption of coinage was a crucial factor in the expansion of trade networks and the development of market economies in the ancient Mediterranean. The standardized weight and purity of Lydian coins and later Greek and Roman coinage drastically reduced transaction costs, fostering increased trade volume and economic specialization. Consider the Roman Empire. Its vast economic integration was significantly facilitated by its standardized coinage system. Historian Neil Ferguson, in The Ascent of Money, emphasizes the role of Roman currency in enabling trade and tax collection across its massive territories. contributing to its longevity and power. The legacy is undeniable. Our modern concept of coinage and even central banking principles can trace roots back to these ancient innovations. Understanding these origins isn't just academic. It illuminates the fundamental principles that continue to shape our financial world today. You might still be wondering, did paying with barley really work? Was it just chaos? It's easy to imagine ancient economies as primitive, but consider this. Civilizations thrived for centuries using these systems. Barley economies in Mesopotamia, for example, weren't perfect, but they were surprisingly sophisticated. Think of it. They managed complex irrigation projects and massive temple constructions using grain and silver as their base currency. According to economic historian Paul Krywaksek, these systems were incredibly effective for organizing large-scale societies before coinage. And what about cowrie shells or salt? Did people really accept them as payment? Absolutely. Cowrie shells, originating from the Indian Ocean, were used as currency across Africa and Asia for millennia, even into the 20th century. That's not just a fleeting trend. That's a lasting system of value exchange spanning continents and centuries. Anthropologist Karen Kapadia's research shows the remarkable endurance of cowrie shell economies, highlighting their role in facilitating trade and social interactions across vast regions. The key insight isn't that we should go back to trading salt for smartphones. It's understanding the underlying principles these ancient systems reveal. They show us that money at its core is about shared belief, trust, and a system for making exchange easier. Whether it's barley, shells, or digital Bitcoin, the fundamental human need for a medium of exchange remains constant. Understanding these ancient origins isn't just history. It's about grasping the enduring principles that shape our financial world today, principles that are as relevant now as they were thousands of years ago. So, we've journeyed from cumbersome barter to the dawn of coinage, uncovering the secret origins of money. Remember, ancient societies weren't just dealing with transactions. They were building the foundations of our economic world. They innovated with commodity money like grain, salt, and shells, then revolutionized trade with standardized coinage. These weren't just about practical solutions. They were about establishing trust, value, and efficient exchange, principles that still underpin our financial systems today. Understanding this history isn't just fascinating, it's empowering. It gives you a deeper perspective on the current financial landscape, especially the rise of digital currencies. By grasping how societies solved monetary challenges millennia ago, you're better equipped to navigate the evolving world of finance today. The key takeaway? Money is a social agreement, constantly evolving, but always rooted in the need for trust and efficient exchange. Ready to take your financial literacy further? Explore more about specific ancient economies. Dive into Mesopotamian banking or Roman coinage. Share your biggest takeaways in the comments below. What surprised you most about the origins of money? Let's continue this historical financial journey together. Your insights are valuable. Keep learning, keep questioning, and keep exploring the fascinating story of money through time. As we close the book on the secret origins of money, remember this. Every coin you hold, every digital transaction you make, echoes the ingenuity of our ancestors. They faced the same fundamental challenges we do today. How to create trust, establish value, and facilitate exchange. Their solutions, born from practical necessity and shaped by cultural beliefs, laid the very groundwork for our modern financial world. The story of money is not just an economic history. It's a human story, a testament to our constant drive to innovate and organize. From the farmer trading barley to the Lydian king minting coins, each step was a leap of faith, a collective agreement to believe in something beyond its immediate use. And that belief, that shared understanding of value, remains the magic ingredient in every currency, ancient or modern. So, as you navigate the complexities of today's financial world, carry with you this deeper understanding of money's long and fascinating journey. See it not just as numbers in a bank account, but as a continuation of an age-old human story, a story still being written with every transaction, every innovation, and every shared belief in the power of exchange. The story of money is, after all, the story of us.